Alright kids, we back. Christmas morning. First morning on the ice. There's been a few people out here in days past. We're just going to see if we can put some fish on the ice today. Trina's with me. We've got a little Christmas thing that her and I like to do out here on the ice. So yeah, without further ado, let's catch a fish. Alright, I recorded that last message about 20 seconds ago, and with that, jaw jacker goes off, and we have our first rainbow of the season. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Hopefully you can see it. Here, buddy. There. Okay, and like we do every year, first fish of the season goes back down the hole. One of the cool things about the first trip of the year is we try and figure out what things we forgot, which things need to get added back into the kit that get taken out after the year. And the first one is a towel. So, with that, see what we have in here. Made a couple of minor modifications this year, nothing major. Changed the direction that the lid opens so it's not opening over the holes and stuff. That was one little change. We've got some new lights this year. We'll play with those the first time we get out here and it's dark. Hopefully Saturday. But anyway, got no towel, so we'll just catch fish and do what we can to stay dry. See what we can do here. Alright. Well, I didn't get the camera going very quick there, but did get another trout. That's a good thing. This one's going to go home, and he'll be dinner tomorrow night. Tonight's not an option because my lovely wife's doing a beautiful ham in the crock pot while we're out here fishing. So, give him a quick dispatch. Alright. There's fish number 2 for the day. Perfect little eater. We'll take him and probably not next to the heater. We'll throw him up on the ice and let him chill. So far we've caught one on the Swedish pimple. I'm not positive I've got a green dropper or a white. And this one I've got the big flasher. That brings the salmon in generally. And then we got a glowy green guy on the bottom there. Alright. There we go. We got some little spikes on there. I put 2. Throw that guy back down the hole. I don't know if you can see the garment on there or not. Generally, when we're hitting the salmon, they're going to be between 6 and 10 feet. So we'll sit here and we'll flash them for a little bit. And if I don't see anything there, then we'll go ahead and drop a little farther down the column. And a lot of times what will happen is the salmon will come in. That flasher kind of resembles a feeding salmon. So the other salmon will come to see what there is to eat. And a lot of times the trout will they'll hang out down near the bottom where the salmon are feeding, catching anything that falls through. So like right now, not sure if you can see it or not, we got a couple marks down here. So the trout are definitely, there's another trout there. See if we can get this guy. Come on, buddy. Give him a little tease. Come back to him. Watch the tip of that sucker, because I've got it really close to this same depth specifically for trout. And get your face too close to that, the jaw jacker go off and get smacked in the face by your pole. That's never fun. Another addition for this year, I added the holes in the foam pads. And then, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'll show it off a little later. Right now I got a fish here playing. But I cut out some circles that can fit inside the 8-inch holes. Just to insulate them primarily for when I've got jaw jackers set up outside. So I cut out I drill an 8-inch hole. So I cut a 10-inch circle in the foam pad, and then I cut about a 7-inch circle that can sit inside the hole to stop it from freezing up. But the other thing that I found is if I throw them over the holes in here that aren't being used, that might help eliminate stuff falling down the holes. I don't want to jinx myself. I've been pretty lucky. I haven't lost many things down the holes, but the one thing I did lose down the hole was an aqua view, so that was pretty painful. That was a windstorm deal. I had the aqua view set up. I was actually getting it set up. I had it sitting on my chair, and the chair was up against the wall, and the wind blew hard enough it kicked the wall in. When it did, it tipped the chair forward. The aqua view completely in the case, like wrapped around, the cord still wrapped around it, everything hit the hole and gone. By the time I could dive on it, the case was empty and the aqua view was floating to the bottom. But for the most part, we've been pretty lucky, like to stay that way. I did take, so my foam pads that I made, I cut a little slit in them. So you can see that slit there. That way when I drop it in the hole, I can put it around the line and then it can sit. These are designed for when it's outside, but anyway, then that guy can sit there and help keep the hole from freezing up. In theory, it's a great theory. You got so beautiful out I don't want to close the door, but the sun is shining. Oh, look at this. We got all kinds of stuff going on the bottom. We're about to catch us a fish. Here we go. It feels like a, I don't know, it felt like a salmon at first, but now it's feeling kind of trouty. Oh, that's a good sized trout. Ah, that's a big trout. We're gonna get that guy off the hook and back in the water. He's big enough. I want to give some kid an opportunity to catch him. All right, big old rainbow, absolutely gorgeous. And he gone. So that's 4 so far today. We caught the first trout, let it go, because that's what we do. First trout of the season, goes back in the ice. Caught the second trout, then we caught the salmon, then we caught that guy. So we'll just keep on keeping on until Mama gives the word that it's time to go back to town and have Christmas dinner. And then we'll do this again on Saturday, I think. Check and see how deep that guy is. Looking for somewhere between 10 and 12 feet. Where you at, Oma? We're about 13. Bring her up just a tiny bit. Alright. Mama T has gone back to the truck. So we're back down to 2 rods. I'm going to move what I have outside and start packing up the tent. Maybe do a little bit of fishing outside before it's time to take off for the day. Just marked one right at 15 feet. See if we can't get him to play along for a second here. Looks like there's a couple of them right there at 15. All right. Now, if I stop packing up and change the plan every time I mark a fish, I'll probably be here till Saturday. So, we're going to wing it. We're going to jump back over, and I've already got a hole drilled outside that I was going to put a jaw jacker on, but Trina did stay out here for very long, so I just set her up with the one jaw jacker in here, and we didn't do anything outside yet. So let's throw this guy outside and see what happens. Another add-on to the Smitty sled I did this year. This is a really minor one, but it's kind of cool. I added holes back here, so now I can set my rods up. Gives me an extra place to carry rods when we're moving. It also gives me a place to set rods while I'm fishing. So we got one here, one over here, and then I added these guys. I got some lights that are magnet on the bottom. I put those right on there, and then I got headlights and a tail light, so when I'm working out here in the dark, I can see what I'm doing. Jacker went off over here. See what we got here. Another nice little what we got? Little rainbow. Okay, that guy's set back up and ready to go. We're set up over here, kinda. So this is my setup here that I do when I'm not in the hut. I've got all of my rods lined up over here. This guy actually goes down here, and that gives me my sonar for my Striker 4s up here. Yeah, we'll do a little fishing while we're packing up. Mama says she wants to be on the road by about 1:30. It's now 11:30, so I got plenty of time. It's freaking gorgeous out here. Little teaser for the next video. I have come up with an idea for a way to store these. I just gotta build it. So what I want to do is actually build me a thing inside of my crate here where these guys, let's turn you over here, can slide inside and hang right here somehow, and they'll all be along here. Maybe even something as simple as a couple magnetic stripes, a couple of magnetic strips across there, and then they can just stick to it. And then when I want screws, I can just pull them out quick and easy. So there's that guy. All right. Well, in life, things happen. The wind picked up, and you can't hear anything. I came up with this what I think is a pretty cool little outro, but you can't hear it. The wind's just blowing. Um, Producer Mike or editor Mike or whoever, I did a really good job. I did this cool walkout thing when I was leaving and did a bunch of video and walking back and forth. And anyway, I wound up deleting those 3 videos and unable to use them. So anyway, uh, in my outro, I came up with something fun. I'll explain it in the next video. But for right now, thanks for hanging out. Tapper light, keep those lines tight.